All right, well, I'm filming this for the sake of the customer since he's not here today, just showing him that we are putting in what he requested. So he had ordered the black poly pipe. This is exactly what I recommend everybody to buy online. This is the Advanced Drain Systems pipe. When you buy it from, say, Home Depot or something like that, special order, Home Depot sells this. It's listed under Advanced Drain Systems. This is the 1-inch 200 PSI IPS poly pipe. He wanted a 3-inch Grumpus pump. So this is a SQ 1 horsepower, 10 gallon a minute SQ 290. It's kind of funny how the wire guard goes right over top of all the stuff. But this is a 290 pump. He wanted a stainless steel check valve, stainless steel male. So that's what he's got there. And the reason why we're here today putting this in, the well is 345 feet. We hit rock here at like 8 foot below the surface. And let's see. We've got a liner in it. I'll explain that to you here in a minute. So we set casing at 52 foot. But I hit rock here at 8 foot. And I told Dad, I said, we're so close to the area where there could be a bad upper vein of water. Let's go ahead and drill pretty deep into the rock. So I could have set 25 foot or 35 foot or 45 foot of casing, and it would have been just fine. And I was like, let's keep going to try to knock out any potential surface veins. Well, we set 52 foot of casing. It takes a long time to cut a big hole through solid rock from that far. And I felt like 52 foot was beyond adequate because I could have set 25 to 35. Then, lo and behold, I think it was either like 68 foot or 72 foot or something like that. We run into a large volume of water that's really nasty. So, probably 15 or so gallons a minute. So we had to line it out. Now, we could have pulled casing and went back that route and did all that mess. We would have been here a lot longer trying to accomplish that. But the reason why we didn't, what happens if you keep drilling and you don't find any water down deeper? So that still gives you the usability of the vein at the 70 foot mark. That is a lot of, I guess it's like iron. I think that's really what it is. It's just iron in that water vein. So you could potentially pull the liner out and give them that discolored water, and then they would have to have a large filtration system in order to combat the discoloration. So I opted to push in a liner during the end process of the well, and we're here today to put his pump in. We're going to send the pump down to 300 foot since the well is 345. We're going to pump test the well and make sure that the well makes adequate water. I don't think it's going to make 10 gallons a minute anymore since we blocked off that vein at 70 foot. But I cannot know exactly what it makes because when we're drilling, we're getting that water from the 70 foot zone mixing with water that we encounter down deeper. So I can't accurately figure out how much water the well makes without doing a pump test. So that's what we're here to do today. We're going to install the pump. We brought the generator back here on the back of this trailer. So this is our liner trailer, our grouting trailer, all that stuff. So we're going to hook the generator up to the well pump here in a little while once we get it installed, and we're going to draw the water level down, and then we're going to calculate how fast the water level comes back up in the well. Once we pump out a couple hundred, 200-300 gallons of water, shut the generator off. We'll monitor how fast the water level fills back up in the well. If it makes 3 or 4 or 5 gallons a minute, even if it makes 2 gallons a minute, it will run the household that they're planning to build here just fine. I want to make sure the well doesn't make a half a gallon a minute or a quart a minute or something crazy low like that. Because if it does make a quart or a half or maybe even 1 gallon a minute, that's when I have to have a conversation with the homeowner, Jerry, and decide if we want to pull that liner out, give him the 15 gallons a minute, and then he's going to have to talk to a water filtration specialist, i.e. my brother, and probably put in an iron removal system. So an iron removal system is probably twice the cost of installing a liner, and you still have the upkeep and the headache of dealing with filters and stuff like that. So if you can fix the problem at the source, you don't have to filter the source. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're here to do. Lots of talking. But this job is kind of really in depth. Specialty pump system. He wanted a special pump, so we give him the 1 horsepower Grumpus. That was what he recommended. He'd been watching my channel for a long time. Another thing he wanted, I had to special order it. He wanted a well extra tank. So I talk about quality tanks all the time. And in bladder tanks, although they all look the same on the outside, it's the inside of them that counts, right? Well extra, in my opinion, is like the Cadillac of well pumps or well tanks. So they make some of the best tanks on the market, and they just last the longest. We've got 2 of them in at Dad's house that were put in, I think, in '96, and they're still good. I've got others that I replaced last weekend that were put in 2011 that are bad. So there's just no rhyme or reason to it. But this tank, I think our cost is 2.5 times more than the others. So there's a significant cost increase when you start talking about purchasing a well extra tank. But if you want to set it and forget it, that's one you want. So I had to wait to do this job because I had to wait for that tank to show up. Yeah, so they're, and if you notice, we got a new guy, Jackson. So Jackson's learning. Today's, I think, his 4th day, and I'm just kind of not going to film the pump install process or any of that because Mike's going through the process of teaching him how to do all that. So I'm going to let them do their thing, let them work a little bit slower, because I'm a very fast worker because I've been doing this 18 years, but I need to give him time enough to teach Jackson to where they can both learn. So, yeah, but I'm filming this mainly for the customer, and y'all who are watching this, you get a little bit of the insight as to why I'm filming it. But I wish Jerry could be here, but he's not. So I figured the right thing to do is film it, show him everything that we're doing and why we're doing it, and then he'll get an understanding. But he had special requests. I just want him to see that we are fulfilling our duties and installing exactly what he wanted. Well, while they're putting the pump system together, finishing taping it up, I want to show you all this. So I had this company reach out to me, Atlas 46, they're tool roll kits, and this is probably some of the best craftsmanship I've seen in a utility bag. But really quality made canvas heavy duty zippers. Let's see, open up this side. Got all your wrenches on the inside. Let's open up one of these. Got my wrenches on the inside. But really quality. I think they call a Yorktown tool roll, and then their website is Atlas 46. So if anybody's looking for some really nice heavy duty tool roll bags, we're going to start using this because a lot of times Dad will rob tools out of my bag. I'm going to make this setup for Dad for when he has all his tools ready. He don't have to rob them back and forth. But give these guys a check out online. I got their SAE bag. They also have a metric bag. All right, let's get back to work. Now we're going to check water level. This is the meter I use. It's the Model 300 sonic water level meters. Rather expensive units. But this is made to go through well seal, so you put this little plastic disc on it right now when there's not a well seal on it. We turn it on. Alright, water level. See if, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's 35.4 feet. So, check it again. Yep. 35.4. So, that'll give me a good solid static water level. Good starting number to go off of. Now that we've got our water level monitored, at least our static water level, next step is to put the pump in, but I need to go ahead and sanitize the well. Got some calcium hypochlorite here. We always add some right after we're done drilling the well, but since we're going to put the pump in today, need to go ahead and add a little bit more. That way kill any potential bacteria. Now if you've been watching for any length of time, you know when it comes time to do the well seal that I like using these nice square-headed heavy-duty elbows. This is what I use to support the top of my well seal on. Now, Jerry purchased this online. This is all stainless steel. This is an extra long barb. Got a threadless sample port. So right here, see how it has no threads? The state we're in, you have to have a sample port at the top of the wellhead, and it cannot have threads for a garden hose. Isn't that absolutely ridiculous? Got to have a fitting for one person to come and draw a sample out of the wellhead. I'm talking like a 12-ounce bottle of water, one time through the life of the well. And that's what has to be there. Can't have any threads on it. But now, after the water test and after all that's done, you can unthread this and put you a threaded one on and hook a garden hose to it. But I just think it's absolutely asinine to, you know, require a threadless sample port. But this is going to go on top of the well rather than my 90. Okay, so once the pump gets to the bottom, then we're going to bring the generator out here and we're going to hook it up to the wellhead, and then we're just going to pump it for a couple hours. And just like that, the pump is installed, and this is how it looks. So this is my well vent. This is nothing but a typical like sprinkler head for a sprinkler system, and that's my vent. Past the state code. But this is the little hole, the little port that the sensor goes in to monitor water level, and the liner pipe lines up with that, so it'll inject it straight down the 4-inch, and then I'll get my static water level through that. All we got to do, hook a pipe up to this, send it that way, pump some water on top of the ground. We're going to hook the wires up to the generator, and we're going to let it run and draw this well down. Hopefully it still makes a boatload of water. That's really what I'm hoping for. There's your low. Wow, that looks good. Hell yeah. That is fantastic. Sure a lot better than what that vein from up top looked like. Good God, what a difference. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna let it run for at least an hour and a half. We're about 25 minutes into the pump test right now, and hey, look who showed up. The homeowner's here. Now I'm gonna get to go through telling them everything I've just told you over the last 20 minutes. My sonic water level meters aren't really registering right now. I think it has to do with the noise of the generator, and I need to be able to lift the well seal up. So here in the next 20 minutes, we'll shut it off and we'll pick up the well seal to where I can actually get my meter down in the well a little bit. All right, it's been 30 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and test it right now and see what it makes since the homeowners are here. All right, Michael, the boombox won't work with the well seal that close in the liner. So I'm gonna need you to come around here and lift that thing up just a little to where I can get my boombox meter in there. And be careful. It may be super heavy. You may want to grab it right here. Is it super heavy?
It's a little bit heavy.
It's a little bit heavy. See, it's giving it a false reading, bouncing on the outside of the liner. There we go. Come on. Jackson, go to the truck. Go to the truck and get me the cooler. I need the ice cubes out of the cooler. So bring them here, and we're gonna do this old school with the ice cubes. That'll at least give me some sort of number. Let's see if I can get an accurate reading. Come on, baby. It's tricking it. I had a feeling that might happen. Okay. Alright, so this is what you use, folks. You do not use rocks. Use an ice cube. Alright, I'm going to use the counter on the camera. Ready? One. Oh, I started at 50. And 50. 7 seconds. All right, let's double check. Let's do it again.
You want me to slide it open?
No, you're all right. We're gonna do 7 seconds again. Let's see now. Exactly 7 seconds. Okay. All right. So 7 times 20, that's 140 foot to water. That sucks that I can't get either of my meters to work correctly. All right. Let's mark down the time. It's 1:35. And that's truly an estimate. Definitely not 72 foot. That's the base of the liner. It's bouncing off the base of the liner. I got it to read 141 for a second. Come on. There it is. I don't know why it bounces to 140. All right, 141. Because see, that matches my rock drop number. Okay, 141. All right. All right, it's been exactly 20 minutes. I've got my numbers that are a little screwy, but first thing we're gonna do, oh, I need the cooler again. Sorry, Jackson. We're gonna do a ice cube test, and then that should tell us, you know, a really close correlation. Like if we're do another ice cube test and it drops in say 6 seconds or something, then it tells me it's coming up. But if we get another 7-second ice cube drop after we already got 2 of those in a row, it's not looking that great. All right, let's do one. You ain't gotta lift it up that far, Mike. All right, ready, go. 4, 5, 6. 6 seconds. Okay, so it did it in 6 seconds. So that's roughly 20 feet in 20 minutes. So that's about 1.5 gallons a minute. Okay. Time for the actual boombox test. Let's set the minimum to 100. All right, Mike. Oh. See, that says 187. Okay, all right. I know the numbers don't match, but man, I got ticks crawling all over me. Come on, baby. 141. Okay, so the 140 is not accurate. The 233 was accurate. All right, 186. All right. So I had 141 and 233, and it was 186. So let's do some math. Okay, so it looks like my ice cube test in the 20 foot may not be as accurate. I'm sure it probably falls a little bit faster through the 4-inch, but that's neither here nor there. The ice cube test is just to get you a rough roundabout number. Terminal velocity would go up as stuff falls, but 20 to 25 foot per second is typically a pretty good guesstimation. But that's why we have these meters, to give us more accurate numbers. This is just all whacked up because it's probably a 30 foot or a 36 foot water level on the outside above the packer, and then the true water level is down here inside the 4-inch. So that's why the boombox is kind of giving me altered effects here, because it's probably some of the echo is bouncing from this side and some of it's going down in here. So that's why it's a little finicky. But that's why I also wrote down 233 earlier, because I didn't know, was it 141 or was it 233? Now we didn't get any numbers. We did get 141 again, so we'll know that that's not it. I think 141 is kind of like doubling the echo shooting out the bottom of the packer at 72 foot, and maybe it's hitting the water level, coming back up. I don't know, it's just having some weird effect on it. But if we do 233 feet and then you wait 23 minutes and it comes up to 186, that's 3.06 gallons per minute. So that's 3 gallons a minute. That's roughly what I told Dad when we drilled the well that I thought it inevitably would make, based on what we hit earlier and, you know, shutting all that water off. So seems like it makes 3 gallons a minute. Y'all happy with that?
I can't drink that much.
Yep, you can't drink that much. And y'all won't, I don't think y'all will use that much.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna check it again here in another 20 minutes. We'll do some cleanup, do some plumbing, stuff like that, just to make sure that the numbers are accurate. I'm gonna stick the end of the phone down in the well and see if y'all can hear the water trickling in. I can hear it from here. I don't know if the microphone on the camera can pick it up. And let's do our secondary rock test and just see if boom. Yep, 5 seconds now. Perfect, right in line. Exactly what I wanted to see. All right, now we're gonna hook that up to the trimming pipe. We have to let the well fill completely full of water again before we can start this process, because we need the water back up around the outside of the liner. So we're gonna get all prepared, pull out our 70-some foot of trimming pipe, get that down the hole, and then we have to wait a little bit longer so the well fills completely back up with water. All right, well, we've completed the job. We've got the tank set, liner all cemented in. We're good to go. Good to go. Customers are leaving. Got to pack everything up. All right. I think that turned out really nice. Yeah, I had that thing beat in there pretty far. All right, we're gonna end up covering the system with the big giant mock rock here. So what they're doing, if you're kind of wondering why are we putting a tank at the well and stuff, they have temporary power right there on that pole. That just got dropped about 5 days ago. So what they'll do, they'll probably just run a wire over here and stick it in the pressure switch, turn it on, and then they'll have water for whatever needs they're going to do. They don't have a house here yet. They wanted to drill the well first, which was smart. They're going to bring their camper here, set it up over there, and then hook this up to their camper so they can come up here and use it as needed, and now they have water. So, good deal. All right, let's drag the mock rock over it, guys. Let's put it on, and we'll cover it up, and we'll get on out of here. Well, we made it back here to the shop, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here. Let me know if there's anything that you would like to see in the comment section. You know, part of the job, drilling, pump installs, stuff like that. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, whatever, just drop them in the comment section. And I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm starting to lose my voice. I run 2 channels, and it's funny, the more I talk, the more I lose my voice. But it's a long day. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. I'm ready for some supper. So thank y'all for watching. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. Hey, if you're new here and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. So we'll see y'all later. Peace.